Welcome back, everybody, to the Healthy Habit Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Dayan of Healthy Habit Medical Center, located right inside Healthy Habit Health Foods. And we got a special guest back with us here today from Washington. And we're talking with Dr. Virender Sodhi, naturopathic doctor, Ayurvedic medical doctor as well, internationally respected Ayurvedic naturopathic physician, credited with evolving an understanding of Ayurvedic herbal medicine in the West. Dr. Sodhi became an Ayurvedic doctor in 1980 and worked as an Ayurvedic medical professor until 86 before becoming the first Ayurvedic and naturopathic physician in the United States in 1988. He's credited with founding Ayush Herbs, one of our most popular companies here at Healthy Habit, and bringing Ayurvedic herbs to the U.S. His experience with Ayurvedic and naturopathic medicines has resulted in extensive lecturing worldwide on these subjects, and he's the author of his previous book, Ayurvedic Herbs, the comprehensive resource for Ayurvedic healing solutions. But Dr. Sodhi will give us a reminder on his brand new book that's out now on Amazon and different bookstores online. He currently practices at the Ayurvedic and Naturopathic Medical Clinic in Bellevue, Washington, with a focus in cancer care, oncology. Dr. Sodhi, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you, Dr. Dijan. This is always a pleasure coming back and talking to you. What make me feel good because you're such a young doctor and you have really your heart and soul into medicine, which makes me very proud that our future is in safe hands.
Thanks for saying that, my friend.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's the best field. Best decision we made is becoming in this field, right?
That's right.
We get to help a lot of people. Give our listeners a reminder of your new book. And I'll take a note of that right here as we go. Give us a reminder.
Sure. So I just published a new book. It's called Free Medicine, Your Body, Natural Pharmacy. So the idea behind is that we make everything on demand. Body is so amazingly intelligent that it can create anything what you need to heal the body. And so I use those. If you follow those simple tips which Mother Nature provides us, we will stay healthy and we all still gonna go for recycling. We're gonna die, but we will not have diseases. We will be walking, talking, and then go. So that's the way I want to go, if God want me to. And but that is the main purpose of this book. Free medicine, your body is a natural pharmacy.
And I'm pulling up a screen share here just so our listeners can know where they can find that. You can go on Amazon here, Free Medicine, Your Body, a Natural Pharmacy.
Yes.
Published this year, January
That's right.
of 2025. The best things in life are free, folks, but it is a truth we have forgotten about in the modern world with rising health costs. We live away from nature. Sunshine, earth, water, air nourished and healed our bodies without expecting compensation. We have forgotten the power of freshly farmed food and how energetic we feel walking in our neighborhoods and much more. This is a great book, folks. Free Medicine by Dr. Sodhi. Here's on Barnes & Noble as well. You can find it at barnesandnoble.com. Just search Free Medicine, Your Body, a Natural Pharmacy. So thank you again for highlighting that for us. Be on the lookout for that brand new book for Dr. Sodhi. So today we're highlighting. Go ahead.
I presented this book to Governor of Washington, to Bob Ferguson, and he was very happy, very pleased to see. Yeah, so
congrats, buddy. Congrats on a brand new book.
Little feather in my hat.
Incredible. We're going to be highlighting women's health here today. Very important topic, and I'm sure you would agree with this. A lot of naturopathic patients are women. You know, and
90%.
There you go.
90%.
Okay, 90%. So and then what happens is sometimes then they'll bring their husband or their son later, like the men. Yeah, there you go. The men tend to follow suit from the woman becoming a patient. So tell us, why did you want to focus on women's health today? Why is this such an important topic?
You know, I think woman is creativity and is the center of the universe. They can produce. The guys can help, but they can't produce. They can't carry the baby. And they are so important for our universal survival. And they are they are for love. They are for the education. They are for intelligence. They have a deep sense of intelligence in them. I really, blessed to have my mom, who was a wonderful lady. She was a doctor too. She was a teacher too. She was a musician too. And my wife, an amazing girl. I feel very blessed. And then my daughter-in-law, she's a doctor also, she's orthodontist. And my granddaughter, just brand new granddaughter, 4 years old, now not brand new. But I feel very blessed to have these all females around me. And I have a lot of respect. So, but females holds the house.
Yeah.
They make the house together. They are mostly responsible for making food. And so if the girl is educated on the nutrition, her house is going to be healthy. Very period. There's a no
Yeah.
doubt about it. So I think that there's a reasons why I want to be, very much biased about the female energy and balancing in their health, because there is a reason for that. We have that amazing, wonderful power in the females who can transform the whole universe.
Absolutely. That's a great introduction. Sets the stage for our topic today, where we're going to be breaking down hormone balance, how important that is for mood, energy, metabolism, diseases like heart disease, autoimmune conditions. It may affect women differently than men. So probiotics for vaginal health, immunity, and in general, how do they fit into a woman's health toolkit? We'll be covering all that here today. So what would you say are some unique health challenges women face across their different stages of life, from menstruation, going through that perimenopause, menopause journey, late 40s, early 50s, and beyond? Tell us
Yeah.
about some unique challenges.
So this is unique to the female, uh, the physiology, the menstruation, which doesn't happen to male, and which is also very much relied on to have progeny and the bearing the babies. So starting from the beginning, when you start menarche, when you start being your period, you see there is some issues, and this is happening more and more because I'm practicing 45 years. Uh, in the 80s, I never saw a patient of PCOS, not a single patient, or polycystic ovarian syndrome. Zero, zero.
Wow.
No. But now you see almost every other female is diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So there is a lot to do with the hormonal which we have put in our earth, pesticide, insecticides, then antibiotics, all those chemicals, dyes. Thank God the FDA is banning red dye. There's so much stuff which we changing, and they work like a little xenoestrogens, the foreign estrogen. And when they start, they can attach to the receptors and can create a little havoc in the normal balance of the whole female cycle.
Yeah.
And as they go older, unfortunately, the females also get breast cancer. Male do get, but very rare, very less. But unfortunately, the breast cancer rate has increased around now 16%. It used to be 12%. So that means, every seventh lady will have, seven or eight lady will have a chance to have the breast cancer. And 90% of them are estrogen positive. So you can understand why I'm bringing the xenoestrogen. Xeno means they are not natural, they are chemically oriented
Right.
estrogens. So for the population who doesn't know, because we can speak our medical language, but if it doesn't make sense to people, that's not going to be any better. So these estrogens and the food chain, we have completely destroyed. And plus, the medical association has not done fair to us by telling us the wrong in the food, the food pyramids. As a naturopathic physician, they have given a wrong pyramid, and we have been suffering with it. And now you see from 70, 80, 90, now are in 2025, we have grown in sizes. And the more we grow in size, the more fat cell we together get together, we become hormone factory. The fat cell become hormone factory and also absorb the toxins and keep the toxins in. So female has a lot interesting whole life cycle. So that's why I think very important for the females to be healthy. And we can talk about what we can do to create a better health with their hormone cycles.
And you nailed it, Dr. Sodhi. You said 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer. It's 13%. About 13% of women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer. In this year alone, 2025, they estimate 316,950, basically 320,000 women will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. And it particularly affects women over 50.
Yeah.
It can happen at any age, but it
Yeah.
increases with age, especially over 50. Why do you think is that? Obviously, hormones are playing some kind of a role here, right?
Yes, and 90% of them are which we call estrogen positive and progesterone positive or hormone positive cancers. So one thing is too many hormones in our system. Our meat chain, is they're given hormones to make them fatter, chickens and your beef and the hogs. So you are getting extra amount of hormones. And then also the birth control pills, we are using them like candies. Oh yeah, if you want to have a birth control, take this birth control pill. Uh, whenever my patients come to me, I counsel them and say there are many ways of doing contraception rather than hormones. There is so many wonderful methods, and but we should avoid these extra hormones at any cost. And so one of the things which you can do to help you balance out your hormones is eat more vegetables. If you look at the research, people who eat more soybeans, flaxseed, sesame seed, they have lesser chances of getting breast cancer.
Yeah.
And there is studies been published. And again, a lot of people has a confusion when people get the estrogen, progesterone positive cancer. They say don't take soya product. That's not right.
Right.
Soya product is protective. It does not cause cancer.
I completely
Actually,
agree.
you look at all the data, all the statistical data, and one of our colleague, Dr. Tori Hudson, has done a really, not Dr. Tori Hudson too, but also, what is her, Laurie, she has done a very good paper on it and shows that this all the information which is perceived in the medical community even is wrong and it's not bad for us. So very, very amazingly good for us. I don't want you to eat, sleep, and drink soya product because that happens. A lot of people say, "Oh, soya is good for you." Then they're taking it every day. That's a problem too. But if you take a couple times a week, very protective for us. You can have soybean, you can have a tempeh, tofu, you can have a natto. Natto has also vitamin K in it. Vitamin K, is very good for the heart, by the way, because it removes the calcium from the arteries, deposits them in your bone, and make them stronger. So we have been given very wrong information nutritionally in the medical field. And I am trying to change. I think our naturopathic physicians are trying to change that concept. Like the butter and the ghee are bad for the heart. No study has been showing that statin drugs will change you and you will have no heart attack. That's also a false statement, and now paper has been published on it. So I think we need to change it. We are at the grassroots level of it to change the thought process of people and depend on our natural ability to heal, and which we have done for millions of years. There was like the what my favorite saying is, like, look at the animals, look at the bird, look at the fish. Do they have doctors? Do they have hospitals? This is okay, doctor, check me, do a breast exam or prostate exam on me. They still stay healthy. And we know that wild caught fish is a lot more healthier than farm raised fish. Same thing, wild hunted birds or animals are a lot more healthier than farm raised. So we needed to believe in the system of Mother Nature and help that and put into our daily lives.
Thanks for exposing that myth on soy, my friend. You're the only person in the last 12 months in this health space that I've also heard that say that. So we agree on that, absolutely. 'Cause it gets such a bad name here in the Western world as soy. I've been eating tofu, tempeh, drinking soy milk for the last 9 years, and my fitness is just as strong. Just look for that organic non-GMO symbol on there. You agree?
Exactly.
Because it's just a heavily sprayed crop.
Very true. Very true.
Right? So yeah, absolutely. It's a phytoestrogen. It's not
Phytoestrogen.
just
And
straight
it's
up
very weak. It's
estrogen.
very weak. It's 1,000 times weaker than the estrogen. So they can go on the receptor, but they don't latch on forever.
Yeah.
Unlike the synthetic hormones, which will go and latches on. And that caused the problem.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for clarifying that. And you mentioned the K2 for calcium. It takes it out of the arteries instead of building up and calcifying the arteries. It gets put into the bones, nails, the teeth. What other nutrients, herbs, lifestyle habits are just as crucial for women's health, but they're sometimes overlooked? You mentioned some. Okay, the soy. A lot of women avoid soy. They think it's bad for. That's a big one, actually. If you look in Middle East, Africa, Asia, Japan, China, they're all eating soy. India.
Yeah.
right? It's only here they say it's bad. But what other myths are sometimes overlooked? What other lifestyle habits, foods, herbs?
So the one thing is, I think soya is a very good example, and the Japan used to have the lowest rate of breast cancer. By the way,
Yeah.
that's another just to look at it. Calcium is another forgotten or overused. I think we did that all mistake, even being a naturopathic physician. We were giving them the calcium which got deposited, and we were giving them 1200 milligrams a day, and without thinking that 1200 means the overall RDA, daily recommended allowance. But we were taking some almonds, we were taking some greens, we were taking some milk, and so that's combined together is 1200. We do not need to substitute 1200 as a supplement. And so one of the calcium source I like is algae source, which has shown lots of good research. There is no bad study published with it. When people take the synthetic calcium, they actually deposit that into their arteries and cause more heart attacks. So the study shows people took 1200 milligrams of calcium, got more heart attack. So it was
Uh-huh.
not protecting, it was actually negative. But
Yeah.
also, we needed to have more greens. Greens also have calcium. But the another forgotten part of the nutrient is the vitamin K. Green does not have a vitamin K2. It has a
Hmm.
K1,
Right.
phytoquinone.
Right.
The phytoquinone, this is another interesting, the gut flora in your gut convert that K1 into K2. And now you got your natural form of K2, which will, it's a fat soluble and it's going to remove the excessive buildup of calcium from any place and going to put where it needs to go. That's our bones and our teeth and our nails, in the hair. So those kind of things, we are forgotten. We are just completely. And another source of vitamin K2 is the good dairy,
Mm.
milk product, butter, ghee, and if it is grass fed, because the how that's how the cow makes vitamin K is when she eat the grass. That's again vitamin K1 in the gut. The has that process where it converts into K2, and then she's passing it in her milk, and which we can harvest as a cream or butter or ghee. And now you're getting a wonderful source of vitamin K2. So you can see that all the noise which has been made about eating good, healthy fat has worked badly against us. If one of my favorite saying is, say, if the statin was the sole cause of cutting down the heart disease, we should have vanished this, because we sold $1 trillion worth of statin drugs without making any dent in the total heart attack death rate. We still 43% people are dying with heart attack.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing that is stagnant for many years. So as long as I've been in the medicine field. So we did not make a big dent. But when people take a good lifestyle, they eat healthy. And one of the missing link is adding lots of variety, colorful fruits and vegetable, nuts and seeds. Because Mother Nature has provided us all, and it's very, very kind on us. Like right now, this is a spring, so you see a lot of fresh leaves in the Mother Nature, and they are rich nutrient. They have vitamin K. They have a lot of chlorophyll. They have a lot of detoxifying, a lot of other phytochemicals which are very protected to us. So if we eat what the Mother Nature intended us to eat, we will never fall sick. By the way.
What if someone, and what I've seen a lot here in the last, you've been practicing 40 years, I've been only 7 years, but I've already seen women drink a lot of wine. Women drink a
Yeah.
lot of red wine, and they say, oh, this is healthy because it comes from grapes, right? What are your thoughts on wine? A lot of wine drinking.
Unfortunately, this is not fair for the female. I will say that the studies show that when the female drink it, and that the enzyme which converts the acetyl, what is it called, ethyl
Aldehyde.
alcohol, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the uh, ethyl alcohol into acetaldehyde, they lack that enzyme. And so the female
Interesting.
genetically is, so when you have that higher, you will be more prone to cancer. So
100%.
that's not good for the females. I'm not saying ceremonial here and there,
Of
fine.
course, of course.
Yeah, but you should not be drinking on a regular basis. Like even there is a lot of interesting European studies. Also, there is a French studies which shows, oh, wine is good for you, but there is a green bill behind it. But if you go to the real data, for females, it's not the good. Even for
Yeah, like this
men,
much maybe.
Yeah,
This
small,
much
small,
wine.
very, very, very small. Like, we in, I don't know if you know, Dr. Dijan, that Ayurvedic medicine is the oldest wine making in the whole world. We have
Oh
been making
wow,
wine since 5,000 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so there is a special preparations of wines, which we call. So, but the dose was 1 tablespoon, by the way. So
Oh
that was
wow,
used as a medicinal,
oh my
rather
goodness,
than
a
drinking
tablespoon.
cups and cups of it. So that was very, very medicinal, very, very medicinal. Because even, European tradition too, they make the tinctures, and which is also made in Ayurvedic medicine. But the alcohol, the herb wines were made, and like, herb Terminalia Arjuna, which is called Arjuna. We have Arjuna Risht, which is a wine of that Terminalia Arjuna. So we have a lot of these kind of herbs which are made and distilled into, not distilled, actually fermented into the wine, and the wine is given as a medicine.
Tell us, Dr. Sodhi, how do you feel about using plant-based approaches? We'll finish off here last 6 minutes here on highlighting Shatavari. I want to hear your thoughts on Shatavari. It's been celebrated for supporting women's vitality and overall health. How do you feel about using herbs, plant-based medicines like Shatavari? Tell us about this one, and I'll pull
So
it up here as you're discussing. I'll
yeah,
pull up.
let me give you some very interesting historical perspective.
Uh-huh.
Shata is a Sanskrit word. Shata means thousand. Var means blessings. So thousand blessings.
Wow.
So when a newlywed female came to the house, the mother-in-law gave her daughter-in-law this herb and said, "You be blessed 1,000 times." So there was a interesting, concept behind it. One of the thing is that she want a lot of kids
Yeah.
as grandkids. So Shatavari helps with the maturation of the follicles and
Okay.
make them healthier. So when you have healthy follicles, you have a healthy egg, you can have a lot more mature, wonderful, healthy eggs. So that was one of the reason. It also helps balance the hormones. So it can be taken in the early and later part of peri and menopausal to help balance out. So it is a very balancing. It's like a parallel to ashwagandha. Now everybody knows about ashwagandha.
Uh-huh.
So ashwagandha is a more a male kind of herb. Shatavari is a female kind of balancing herb, although the
Okay.
males can take it too. It also has amazing properties on increasing the breast milk. So it is a galactagogue. Galactagogue means it enhances the milk production. So whenever the mother is not having enough milk production, the Shatavari was given. It's also really wonderful on the gut lining. It
Uh-huh.
soothes it. It makes it calmer. It cuts down the inflammation. It also works on the nasty bacteria which can grow in our gut and fungus. So I can sing praises about it, that what it does to our body. It is a very safe, very non-toxic, and you can take it to balance your hormones. I give to almost all perimenopausal and menopausal female regularly. This is my
Hmm.
way of balancing their hormones. I like to change the diet. You eat more phytoestrogen, which is your sesame seed, which is your flax seed, which is your soya milk, which is your lot of green veggies, a lot of
Yeah.
microgreens and nuts and seeds. By the way, the sesame seed has a lot of phytoestrogens too. Nobody talks about it. It is loaded with a lot of phytoestrogen, which is
Interesting.
a balancing for the
Yeah.
whole body. And you do exercise, you walk, you do weight bearing exercise, you do stress reduction. You will have a good quality sleep. Your hormones will be balanced because quality sleep is very important. If you don't do quality sleep, you're not going to have balance. So
Yeah.
balance, the sleep is and Shatavari also promote natural sleep like ashwagandha.
Amazing, amazing breakdown, Dr. Sodhi. Thank you for that. Similar to ashwagandha, and I pulled up here ayush.com,
Yeah.
and here it's spelled Sitavari, Sitawari. So look for this bottle here at Healthy Habit, and if you come in and we're out, we can special order this to you, folks. Keep that in mind. Very similar to ashwagandha, the saponins that are found in there, the concentrations of saponins found in Sitavari, and healthy reproductive cycles, improve energy, mood. Like Dr. Sodhi mentioned, it's a galactagogue, so it helps with milk flow in lactating individuals as well. So hormone balancer. And as you mentioned earlier, in the Ayurvedic tradition, it's considered a main rejuvenating and endocrine supporting herb for overall female health and vitality. So, well, that's why you've been practicing for 40 plus years. That sounds like an amazing plan. with the phytoestrogens, the greens, the microgreens, get some Shatavari on board. That's the beautiful thing in naturopathic medicine, right? We have all these different tools in our toolbox, right?
That's very true. And we have tons of it. So it should start with your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Should start with your nutrition. Should start with the exercise, with the stress reduction, with the sleep, and then adding some like a cream on top of that, pie which you made, and that your herbs. And these herbs are amazing. They will help you tremendously. But you need to also feed, make a full circle with all those different things which I'm telling you. Eating good food, nutrition, exercise, sleep, and you got your wonderful health.
You and I, we need more time together than 26 minutes because unfortunately we're at the end of our segment here, Dr. Sodhi, but that's why I appreciate having you on in our check-ins every couple months. What would you want to leave our listeners with right now as a take-home on women's health? We highlighted Shatavari, and what else can we do? Folks, just look for the Ayush label. There's also Ayurveda. We have both of those products here at Healthy Habit. Carditone's extremely popular for blood pressure, but we do have hormone products as well through them. So please ask our staff when you come into the store. What would you leave us here as a take-home message, Dr. Sodhi?
So, as my book says, Free Medicine, Your Body is a Natural Pharmacy. The body's healing is inherent. We don't have to buy a drug. We don't have to get something from outside.
Yeah.
Everything body makes on demand. So this is your thought process. I want to be healthy. This is my nutrition. I want to put good food in my body. I want to keep my body fit by doing exercise and weight training. If you don't do weight training, calcium is not being pushed into your bones. We know that. Then stress reduction, you do yoga. So you make your ligament more flexible and get a good quality 8 hours of sleep. Then and have a gut.
Well, looks like we lost Dr. Sodhi there, but I want to thank Dr. Sodhi and the whole team at Ayush Herbs, all the way from Washington. You can go to ayush.com, ayushherbs.com, or even Ayurved, the letter R, the letter U, and then VED.com. Come visit us here at Healthy Habit Health Foods, folks. Thanks for joining us here on the podcast here today for 209. And subscribe. Hit the little bell icon here underneath the video. Hit subscribe and then click the bell. Thank you for your time. Oh, there we go, Dr. Sodhi. We lost you there.
I lost the connection there. The internet was... Okay,
Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you.